NXT tonight is going up against the NBA Finals. Not necessarily, because it's actually Dynamite is going up against the NBA Finals, but NXT WWE seems to think that they can boost their ratings and then hopefully beat AEW. Well, I'll tell you what, troops, alright? NXT has been very close to AEW. They've got closer over like recent months, of course, with AEW sinking, going downtown. But in the same time, NXT's ratings were very much down as well, with the likes of Laya Valkyrie and Eli Dragunov being champions. And I may hear you ask, well, big man, what's the reason for all that stuff? Well, I'll tell you all the reason for all that stuff, my friends. It is the simple fact that Dragunov and Laya Valkyria just aren't very good. They're very boring. They can't cut promos. They can't captivate audiences. Dragunov, he's Eastern European. He like to go one-on-one with the gun for nipples, No, we don't know. Alright, we do not know. Alright, we do not know. Nada. It's no happening. It's just an absolute bunch of jabronis with those two. I mean, if you can't see the difference between Trick Williams and Eli Dragunov, then I don't know what I'm telling you. Now, to be fair, we've bashed Trick Williams quite a lot because at the same time, he's kind of stunk out the joint every match he's had. That's just the cold, hard truth of the matter is this. That's pretty much it at the end of the day. You can't deny he's much more entertaining. I mean, it really is that simple. But sometimes, in wrestling, you kind of need both. And I don't think Trick Williams is I don't know, man. He's had matches, pay-per-views against his wee buddy Carmelo Hayes, and they're not exactly lighting up the dance floor, so to speak. Is the dance floor the right terminology to use there? Who knows? But we can talk about Dynamite, we can talk about NXT a lot. But what we're going to talk about is the fact that the big man, Cody Rhodes, is getting sent there, right? Cody Rhodes, the guy I could bury every day of the week and twice on Sunday, is going to NXT. The guy that since fucking WrestleMania, SmackDown has been on a downward trend. The guy who's been, the face of the company during that. The guy sucks, alright? I am sick of it. I'm actually sick of how people will defend this guy. He's so freaking boring, and it's not, people just love to hate a good guy. People love to hate the face of the company. See people that compare this guy to John Cena used to get a lot of hate, and I remember being younger, right? 2007, 2008, 9, 6, whatever, and I wanted John to get beat, I didn't recognise his greatness back then. It was like, this guy's being forced down our throats. He was being forced down our throats, but he was still good. Cody Rhodes is getting forced down our throats, and he's not so good. Alright? It has to be like the worst title reign of all time. Like, you look at Raw, and we've talked about it earlier in the SmackDown ratings, it's like, You clearly see what's happening with Priest. Like, you see the direction we're going in here, like in the Raw booking. Priest is probably going to win via CM Punk at Clash at the Castle, and then that's going to set him up against Gunther with CM Punk against Cody Rhodes. Drew McIntyre. Now, yeah, you could argue it's predictable, right? You look at SmackDown, folks, and it's like, you just know Cody Rhodes ain't got a hope in hell of beating. Or not, of not losing, sorry. To AJ Styles hasn't got a hope of hell of beating Cody Rhodes. It's that simple. The guy's going to get buried, and then what's going to be the feud going into SummerSlam for Cody Rhodes? Are we going to get Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns too? To me, it would feel so disjointed. I don't know what the problem is at the minute, man. SmackDown just feels so bad across the board. Across the frickin' board, man. You just look at it, and it's like, what are we even doing here? Look at the women's, man. Bayley, awful work. The only person in WWE right now that's stinking out the joint more than Cody Rhodes, well, maybe apart from the Final Testament, but if we're talking about the champions, I would say Bayley literally is the only person worse than Cody Rhodes right now that's doing like a really lackluster job. Cody Rhodes coming out, 1 minute, what do you want to talk about? And then, the next week he'll be crying about his daddy. My daddy was the son of a plumber. I'm the grandson of a plumber. Come on, man. Even Dustin Rhodes, his elder brother in Goldust, man. I actually cut a relatively decent promo on Collision, bashing Jack Perry. Maybe take a leaf for Goldust's book, man. Which, I'll probably miss out a few pages of that book, but I mean, for the most part, you've got to get it done, Cody. And yeah, could Cody, deliver a few ratings at the end of the day? I think he could. But to the degree that some people might think, you know, he ain't The Rock, he ain't John Cena, he's not going to be bringing in big ass numbers here. You might get like 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 extra people tuning in, but what's he going to do? He put out a tweet like, oh, I can't wait to go down there and see my old buddy, Ethan Page. Cringe. Anyway, guys, we're not doing an NXT preview, but this is as close to a preview we're going to get. It's kind of just ranting that Cody Rhodes ain't going to do shit.